Hey family, you're tuning in to the Jimmy Bonds podcast on Illadelphia Radio. Pardon any technical difficulties as we are recording live on the Zoom platform. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Yeah. Jimmy. Lights, camera, action. Some people thought I quit and I ain't giving satisfaction. From a different era, writing rhymes up on napkins. What you had to say was more important, man, than trapping. Yeah, I'm talking back. What's good, family, and welcome to another episode of Jimmy Bonds Podcast on Illadelphia Radio. This episode is sponsored by Good Hope Road Studios. I am your host, Jimmy Bonds, along with my co-host, Ty T. Wow, what's good, Ty? How you feeling?
Live from the 215, JB. How you feeling, man?
You know, I'm great, man. Live from the 215. You know how we do. And you know, I can't forget my other co-host, Love You, Miss T with the T. What's up, T? How you doing?
I'm good, Jimmy. How about you?
I'm doing good, Mama. I'm doing good. Remember, family, you can call us with your comments or questions at 844-844-1244. Again, it's 844-844-1244. You can also email us at jimmybondspodcast@gmail.com. Again, it's jimmybondspodcast@gmail.com. That's JIMMYBONDS podcast@gmail.com. Now, family, on this episode, we are continuing our Artist Spotlight series, and actually, we are kicking off our Artist Spotlight series, family. And I am so happy and humbled and honored to be joined by a guest tonight. And family, he has an extensive track record. I really, after looking and researching this brother, family, I had to really take a look back and just say to myself, sometimes people, you don't meet people like this all the time, man. People that have done things in the industry, and you just sit there and you're like, wow, I'm shocked. What? This brother did this? What? So, family, I want to tell you a little bit about this brother. First of all, first and foremost, he's from Philly. So welcome home, family. Welcome home.
All right, we in the building.
He was a part of a group called Amir, which actually had 100 million YouTube views. The brother graduated from Berklee College of Music. He has written songs for worldwide groups, including Boyz II Men, as well as K-pop group Oh My Girl. He's nominated for 2 International Independent Music Video Awards in R&B and Soul and Rock. He has been accepted to the National Recording Academy class of 2020. He recently dropped his EP, Dirty Truth. He is a conscious cat. He is creative. He is active in the community. Family, I want to introduce you to my brother, Sing. What's up, Sing? How you feeling, man? How you doing?
Hey, listen, thank you, man. I'm feeling great. I'm happy to be here, man. Back home in my hometown, Philly, you know what I mean, and getting some home loving. So I appreciate y'all for having me on, and I'm looking forward to sharing my story with you all.
Listen, man, I'm just, like I said, I'm happy that you're on. I'm happy that you came and that you're able to share with us, man. You know, a lot of times people have a hard time sharing, you know, and I always mention that because it's important. Man, I think your story is profound. Just from the research I've done, I think for cats in Philly that don't know about you, I think they should, because I think your story is inspiring. And I think people who don't know who you are, when they find out who you are, I think they're going to fall in love with you, bro. Wow. So I am, we're going to kick the interview off. You know, I do a lot of talking on the interview, so I'm going to let my brother Ty kick off the questions. Go ahead, brother Ty, do your thing.
Sing, nice meeting you. That introduction sound like you the heavyweight champ and you about to go into a heavyweight fight. You know what I mean?
I'm waiting for him, baby.
I was waiting for him to say 23-0 all by knockout. You know what I mean?
Let's go.
Listen, you're actually new to me. I didn't really know a lot about you. And when I start researching you, I'm like, wow. You know what I mean? From Philly, and I didn't know it. Mm-hmm. Being a solo artist right now, how is it going for you?
It's very liberating. It's very fulfilling, and mainly because I just get to do things on my own terms. I ain't got nobody to answer to but me. You know what I mean? So
that's real.
The progression of my career is based on my movement. You know what I mean? So I'm happy with the way things are going. I've got a ton of music. I've put out my EP, which is called Dirty Truth, and it was very well received. You know what I mean? And I did things my way. You know what I mean? Okay. And so which was a lot different from, you know, my group experience. You know, when you're in a group, you got to consider other people's opinions, other people's feelings. You got to keep the vibe right because nobody wants to get kicked out.
Right.
in the work, you know. And career started progressing and everything. But I just, being a solo artist and doing things on your own terms, it's just like coming from working a full-time job to then go into working for yourself.
Right.
You know what I mean? The level of fulfillment you get from that, the money can be slow, but you're doing your own thing.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, so I love it. I love being in my own lane and doing my own thing, baby.
Now, are you signed to a label or you're independent?
Yeah, I'm signed to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing the independent artist thing, and
Right.
I'm happy with that too. Like there's so many levels of success that you can have as an independent that can only be expounded upon once you get signed to a label, if you do.
Yeah.
And if you don't, listen, let me tell you, man, like some of these festivals out here that artists go to, I'll go to a festival and be like, I have not heard of you, but everyone else here has.
Yeah.
You're not signed to anything.
Yeah.
Who are you? How'd you do it? So
Right.
the lanes are wide open for people to do whatever they want to do. So no label. If it comes, it comes. If not, my people ready to rock with me.
You're right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now, as far as performing, do you plan on performing in Philly anytime soon after this pandemic is over with?
I'm trying to perform any and everywhere.
Right.
Listen, artists have been, we've done like the live stream performances, all throughout the pandemic and everything.
Mhm.
Nothing beats getting back on stage. It's just, and I've even done it too, and it's been okay. But it's the weirdest thing. Like you perform, you're killing it, you're vibing, you're zoning, and when you're done, you're just done. There's nothing. You're not getting anything back. You know what I mean? So I would love to get on the stage anywhere in Philly. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I've got some things in the works where once the okays are official and it's safe for live performances, I do plan on getting back home to perform my music back here.
Okay. One last question before I turn it over to JB.
Sure thing.
The Dirty Truth. Tell me about this album, man.
Okay. So Dirty Truth, I came up on that name because there's a lot of things in that project that are considered my dirty truths. It includes my fantasies, my inspirations, reflections of the times that we're living in right now, things that I wish I'd done in the past and didn't, things that I still want to do. So I came to Dirty Truth because it's me in a nutshell in 6 songs. This is the full embodiment of me, who I want to be, where I see myself, and where I've been.
Wow, man. I was really intrigued presently by your international extensions. Your reach over in Japan, your reach over in Korea, but K-pop. K-pop is huge right now, man. How did that come about as far as you getting those kind of contacts and moving on? Because that's not something every artist can do. And actually build a relationship like that. You know what I mean? How did that come about?
Right. Well, the collaboration when I was doing things for Japan came through my workings with the group. Mm-hmm. There was this label out there called Manhattan Records, and what they did, they would basically contract us to do covers compilation albums every year. So we have like 11 or 12 volumes of cover compilation albums that we did for them every year. And the end goal for us was to eventually have enough material over there where it would make sense for us to get over there and perform. But over all those years, over all the time that was passing, I'm just like, if it ain't happened yet, I don't think it's happening. Like we need to either streamline this, make something else of this connection.
Right.
We want to do something else. And I'm okay with that. If something's not working, I'm not going to keep doing the same thing over and over again.
Nah, that's insanity. I feel you.
Okay, that's insanity.
Yeah, I feel
exactly. But what ended up happening with Korea was that my homegirl, we went to Berkeley together. She's out in LA now, massive songwriter. She's written material for any and everybody, right? So she got hit up to go over there for a songwriting camp. I'd never been to one. She's like, yeah, Sam, I'm going to the songwriting camp. It's in Korea. I have flight anxiety for something this long. This flight I don't even remember how long it was, but we were in the air forever.
Like a day.
Pretty much. Like you lose a day doing it. And she said, I really wish you could come with me because we've written a lot together too. And I said, well, who are the contacts? Like, let's get that out there. Let's see if it's possible. So she sent them all of my credentials, all my credits with the group that I've written for Boyz II Men already. And they said, oh, you're bringing him. He's coming. You need him for this. You need him for this.
No doubt. No doubt.
And it was just such a beautiful experience being there. I'd never been to Korea before. And the way writing camps work, they bring in people from all over the world. You know, so I was one day in the studio with people from Korea. I was in the studio with people from the Netherlands, with people from other parts of Korea and other parts of the world. And each day they put you in a room with different people. And your objective is to write a song with these people. And some of the bigger K-pop labels would come in the morning. They would brief you on what they're looking for. You got to make something that fits what they're looking for. And at the end of that week, we were there for, I think it was 7 days. We wrote Monday through Friday, had a chill day Saturday. Sunday, everyone played what they'd written. Tons of songs. And out of the 5 that I'd written, 3 of them got placed. So like the hit with Oh My Girl, that one was a really good one. It came like, it was like perfect timing. Like it was perfect. That worked out. And then 2 of the other ones got placed with TV shows. So, I mean, I was just so grateful for it. And they said they're definitely going to have me back at some point, and I can't wait to get back over there. I love it.
Man.
Everything is great.
Yeah. You see, and you know, you don't hear about those kind of things. Songwriting camps, like, goodness gracious, like, well, you know, where I'm from, they call it boot camp. You know, they call it boot camp. You get in there, you get with your boys, and we compete. Look, you write your verse, I write my verse, and we getting it, right?
Right.
So, you know, in a more international, friendly manner, that to me seems like the best cohesive way to get the most out of the songwriters, and to not be a thing where it's I'm trying to do more of a competition. It's more of a let's collectively make this work. Right. You know what I mean? Let's make this a great piece of art, you know, together. And you know, me and Ty are always talking about how important it is for artists to come together and create things. You know, because a lot of times, you know, in American society, particularly in black music, we're really like separatists. We're individualists. We kind of do everything separate. You know what I mean? And you can see that in a lot of, even in K-pop, that's not the way they do it. It's really a growing. They really created their own vacuum and made it worldwide.
It is collaborative. It's very collaborative.
It's a pretty dope thing, man. So I'm honored, you know, that you even had that experience. You can tell us about it. You know what I mean? That's pretty dope, man.
It is insane, man. And you know what? And they appreciate having people from all over the world come there to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, so it was never like a situation where anyone who wasn't from there felt uncomfortable.
Right.
It was very welcoming. And like, there's one day I wanted to go shopping somewhere, had no idea how to get where I wanted to go. This woman really took her time to give me explicit directions, tell me exactly where to go. If you need help, if you get run into something, just hit me up here. Didn't even really know her. You know what I mean? So it was a really nice vibe out there, on top of having the musical experience with people from all over the world.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Wow. T, look, before we go to break, T, go ahead and talk to Sing.
Hi.
What's up, T?
I have a question. How did it feel? Because I see that you were recently accepted to the National Recording Academy, class of 2020. How did that feel from being, you were the group, then you were writing, and now you're accepted to the academy?
Yeah.
It feels incredible, because that's always been a long time dream of mine, to get into the academy. You know, it's huge. And it's not like something where you can just apply and expect to get accepted.
Yeah.
You have to have credentials. You have to have proof of your artistry, you know, catalogs. You need to have, you know, experience in the industry. It's not, and you have to get referrals. People have to refer and recommend you for it. All of that is considered, and people get turned down, you know? And I was just honored that, you know, though I'd left the group at that point and, you know, hadn't really been associated with them since then, that I did everything for a reason. Like, I was with the group all these years, we did all these things, and this ends up being one of the reasons why I needed that group.
Yeah.
Who knows what I would have done beforehand, and if it would have been enough to get into the National Recording Academy.
Yeah.
You know? And the next step for that is I'm going to be submitting my music, my future projects, to the Academy for Grammy consideration now. You know,
there you go.
And we're going to clean up.
Yeah, I love his philosophy. He said we gonna clean up. That's right, boy.
Get it.
23-0, all by knockout.
Talk about, man.
Listen, man.
Man, cut these gloves off.
Go ahead, T. Go ahead, get one of them before I take a break. Go ahead.
I have another one too. So I see that, like, because you're from Philly, Bluesman's from Philly. How did that come about for your
Okay, love to tell you about it.
Oh yeah.
So we were working with this producer named Emil. He's out of LA, and he sent us a song. It was half written. It was just like, check this out, guys. If you like it, you can record it and have it for yourselves, whatever. It was a verse and a hook. I love the song, right? And I was just like, well, I'm just gonna write a second verse. I mean, let's just wrap this song up. I'm gonna write a second verse. We wrote the second verse, and then the song laid like that. Verse, chorus, boom. We ended up going to LA maybe a year later, hung out with Emil. He plays the track again. He's like, man, we never finished this joint, man. This joint's great. What y'all trying to do? I said, let's finish it. We all here. But I was the only one who participated in finishing writing the song. So the whole group is in the session. Unfortunately, you know, cats were kind of like on their phones or hanging out, doing whatever else. Me and the other guys were writing. And so the song is finished finally. And yet another year later, Emil hits me up and he's like, hey, look, had Wanye in the studio. He heard this song and they want to use it for their next album. Are you cool with that? What you mean, am I cool with that? Yes. And then you know, I kind of had to watch guys struggle and be like, yeah, well, you know, I was there. We were there. We were in the session. No, we got to get the credit too. It doesn't really work like that. You know what I mean? It doesn't work like that. What did you write? And that's no slight. It's just that opportunity presents itself, and whether you see it or not in the moment, you just got to be present. You got to be present. They all could have been a part of it, but they chose to do other things during that session. So, you know, a lot of paperwork and a lot of time passed before they put that album out, but it ended up being on their album called Collide. And it's called As Long As I'm With You.
Man. Wow. Stories, family. Stories. Singers dropping these stories, dropping his knowledge, telling us about his career. You know, I'm really just, again, I'm honored just by you sharing, bro. Your track record is extensive. You know, and then on the next segment, we're gonna go back to, you know, the younger sing. And okay. So we're gonna talk about you know, growing up in Philly and what that was like. But remember, family, if you like what you hear, you want to leave your comments, questions, call us at 844-844-1244. Again, that's 844-844-1244. You can also email us at jimmybondspodcast@gmail.com. Again, it's jimmybondspodcast@gmail.com. It's JIMMYBONDS podcast@gmail.com. You will listen to the Jimmy Bonds Podcast on Illadelphia Radio. We'll be right back.
Is it on? I said, is the mic on? It is. Okay, all right, yeah. This is Reverend CC Chicken Wing, and I love listening to the Jimmy Bonds Podcast. Insightful, thoughtful words that uplift the people and bring them knowledge to the people. That's the brother Jimmy Bonds right there. You can reach out to the brother too at the Jimmy Bonds Podcast @gmail.com. This is Reverend CC Chicken Wing. Is the mic still on? This is on. Okay, I'm sure.
Hey, this is Michael from Abu Dhabi. Listen to Jimmy Bonds Podcast on Illadelphia Radio.
I'm praying for traveling mercy, Lord, bless me on the road. I'm praying for traveling mercy, Lord, bless me on that road.
Remember, you can call us with your comments and questions at 844-844-1244. Again, that's 844-844-1244. You can also email us at jimmybondspodcast@gmail.com. Again, it's jimmybondspodcast@gmail.com. That's JIMMYBONDS podcast@gmail.com.
On the wall.
And welcome back to Jimmy Bonds Podcast on Illadelphia Radio. Now, family, again, on this episode, we are continuing our Artist Spotlight series. This is our second season, and we are kicking off our season with a great artist, my brother Sing, all the way from Philly. Now, I say all the way from Philly, but no, he's back home, family. I think where you live at now? Boston?
Yeah, I live in Boston.
He's Berkeley's up in Boston, so I understand. You get your transplanting going. I understand. I dig it.
You did.
But I'm a transplant myself, so I can't even talk. You know what I mean? So but Sing, I thought it'd be good on this segment that we talk about your roots and where you're from. We talked a lot about your career and your accomplishments within your career, but people often they don't want to talk about the things they've been through to get to where they are. And I noticed that you went to the Philadelphia School of Performing Arts. I could be saying that wrong. Okay,
all right, you got real close. Philadelphia High School for Creative and Performing Arts. They abbreviate and just call it Kappa.
Yeah, so you went there, and now you grew up in Philly, man, and you had these roots. What was it like, growing up in Germantown and going to school there and pursuing this career? Like I'm sure you always knew, like, yo, this is what I want to do in my life. I want to pursue this career. I want to sing, no pun intended. You know what I mean? I want to make sure that this is my passion. This is what I want to do.
Right.
So what was it? What were the experiences like growing up in Germantown?
It wasn't really the most musical for me initially, because I always knew I loved music, but I didn't really get into thinking that I could do it until around like 8th grade. So I can tell you a little bit about that. So we're in 8th grade. We're just walking back from some field trip. The girls asked me, like, oh, well, I think Mark sings. This Mark. I think Mark sings. Won't you sing something for us? Sing something. I was like, okay, I sang something. All the little girls was like loving it. And I said, wait a minute now. Wait. Trying to like write you little poems and slip you notes to the desk or whatever. You weren't caring about that. But I sang this, and now you like me? Okay, we're gonna do this. This is what I'm gonna sing. That's what I'm gonna do. So from there, I had a very difficult choice to make at a very young age. So all of my friends were going to one high school. All of them, like the whole grade, was going to one high school. And I'm like, yo, but I really want to go to Kappa. I really want to go there. I really want to like do this music thing. I got to do it.
Yeah.
So I auditioned. Didn't initially get in because I auditioned on piano. I've been taking piano lessons and playing for my church. I couldn't read music that well. And they were looking for someone who could, just show a little more proficiency on piano. So I'm leaving the audition, and I'm like, I'm down because I know I played like trash. I know it was bad. But the teacher, Mr. Lazinski, he said, can you do anything else musically? Do you do anything else? I see you have the passion, the love. What else can you do? Give me something. I said, I can sing, man. I can sing. I sang. He's like, that's what you're going to do here. You're good. Don't even wait for the letter. You're getting in.
Yeah.
That was my story of like really getting into it, making it happen. I mean, my dad was one of my first inspirations because he played keys. He showed me how to first start playing piano. And from there, I started to grow and love that. But then the singing just took over.
Yeah.
Just took over.
Man, like, hey, that's normally how it happens, man. Like, there's always a teacher, they say that just like, no, I'm not going to deny you your opportunity. You're going to get in here. We're going to make sure you do this. We're going to make sure, and that's how you know that, that the tables are kind of laid out in a way for you that you might not have thought before. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, it was trash. It was trash. But he's like, yo, what else can you do? What else can you do?
I know you can do something.
You know what I mean?
People sing, don't they? Can you do that? Or can you rap? Like, what you? Like, hey, man, don't do that to me, man. Yeah, but thankfully, that opportunity didn't get away from me.
Yeah.
And from there, I just kind of cultivated the craft. That Performing Arts High School, they have a classical music program. And I hadn't taken any voice lessons at that point. I'm just raw.
Yeah.
And, they're training you and teaching you classically. So I'm singing, songs in Italian, songs in German, songs in Hebrew, and just learning that classical operatic tone. And then being able to incorporate that into the R&B that I was singing. It was just such a blessing to have that. 4 years of that. You know what I mean? And right?
Yeah. No, it really is. I mean, you said what in high school? That's from 9th grade to 12th grade. That's 4 years.
Yeah.
I mean, just the cultivating of your voice, particularly even at a teenage age, you know what I mean, is so critical. You know, those lessons you learn about, you know, octaves, the lessons you learn about tone. I'm not a singer, you know what I mean? I don't know nothing about no singing, but you know, I'm just saying, like, you know, just listening. I have an ear. So I'm just listening to it. You know what I mean? You can just tell that it takes training.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not let me wake up in the morning and brush my teeth and go sing. It's let me it's a, you know, let me get my voice together. Let me get my voice ready. You know what I mean? And the voice is an instrument.
That's what defines him as an artist. So he practices craft.
Well, that's one of the things. I mean, some artists don't understand about practicing the craft. They just want to do it. You know what I mean?
Right. But you know, and some people got it like that though. Some people do. Some people got that gift. They just wake up and sound like a hummingbird.
It's true. No, some people do. But you know, a lot of times that still has to be cultivated. Mm-hmm. You know, if you want longevity, that still has to be cultivated. Right. You know, if you want to wham bam and be out, that's on you. But you know, to master something and then to move on to something else is very critical. And I say that because, you know, you started out in R&B, but you have a very heavy rock influence as well.
Right.
And you know, I'm a rock guy myself. They got fireworks going on. I'm a rock guy myself. Okay, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Aerosmith.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Blink-182 when they was popping.
Yeah. Come on, talk to me.
I'm just saying. You know, look, Nirvana. Dave Grohl is Dave Grohl is a star in my house. Okay, I'm just telling you that right now.
Okay.
So, you know, watching you and watching your videos and seeing your rock influence. Yeah. You know, was that something that you thought about, like when you were coming up as a child, or was that like, yo, this is something I want to do with what I'm doing right now?
Man, I'm glad you asked that question. I'm very glad you asked that because it was something I started getting into. Okay, so when I love Michael Jackson, right? Yeah. When I first started like realizing that, yes, I like Michael Jackson, it was his music that had rock in it. It wasn't Jackson 5 Michael. It wasn't The Girl Is Mine Michael. It was Beat It Michael. Yeah. It was Black or White Michael.
Bad, yeah.
That Bad album? That album was religion.
That was bad.
You okay? See? Yeah. So I started, you know, I always had that initial influence, but then when I was getting into high school and expanding, you know, my research into different genres of music, I came across, you know, some rock music at that point. And I'm loving it. I'm playing it in the house loudly. And my dad was like, nope. Nope. I mean, he wasn't really listening to the lyrics. He just heard the aggression in there. Yeah. And that is just like, we're not doing that in my house. I'm a deacon at the church. You know what I mean? I can't have you bringing out this music and embarrassing me. An end was put to that while I was still under the roof, you dig? But once I got out, it never left me.
Yeah.
You know, I always found myself still kind of writing with that sound in mind, but just flipped it to R&B so I could do it while I was home. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. And later, I was able to fully spread my wings and expand. It was a long time coming for me to figure out a way to, you know, even incorporate that into R&B and call it like what I call alternative R&B or chocolate rock.
Chocolate rock.
Yeah.
I love that.
Okay.
I love that, man.
Chocolate rock, man. And I'm just happy it works.
Yeah, it does. It works. It works. It's you know, people like it's original. I can't say, oh, it's original. Like, no, it works and it's expansive. If you understand what I'm saying, it opens up your audience. It opens up who you can reach. You know what I mean? And I you know, some people might look at that as a marketing tool, but I look at it as an evolving part of as being an artist. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, dude, you've been singing for a long time. Isn't it time for you to try something else? You know what I mean? Not to say that you can't try, you know, that you got to stop singing, but isn't it time for you to try to evolve as an artist? And you know, before I want to ask this question, before I toss it over to Ty, I thought about it in the sense of, do you view yourself more as an R&B artist or an artist that does R&B?
It's more of an artist that can do R&B. You know what I mean? Because I'm not. I don't wish to be defined by any genre. Not even chocolate rock or alternative. Because I tell people I do R&B. I'll do that in my sleep. I've been doing that. Been doing that. You know what I mean? That's not a question. I was in an R&B group. Built a career off of it. That's fine. I'm cool with that. So, and if they ever need me to do like a tribute to someone at the Grammys, I can sing the R&B, but I'm gonna do this rock too. and you know, it's for my people. If you like it, love it, and want more of it, come on, follow your boy.
Listen,
and if it ain't for you, it ain't for you.
Listen, they don't know. They don't talk. Listen, they don't know about the black alternative thing. Is a big market.
It is big.
It's not the people. I mean, it's been around for at least 4 decades. I'm just telling you, at least 4. It's been around. It's just that they don't talk about it. It's not as prevalent in the market or in the media, but it's out there and it's major. And people are really into it. And it's not just black people that are into it. It's all types of races that love this music. Right. And we know where rock and roll comes from. Rock and roll is not quote unquote a white thing. You know what I'm saying? It's rock and roll. It comes from some of the best chocolate brothers we know, right? So you know what I mean? I bring that up too, Sing, just because I just wanted to point that out. That I watched how you evolve as an artist. I've seen that you have not let one thing define you. And me and Ty always talking about how big it is for artists not to be in a box. That you can't be in a box when you're an artist, particularly in this day and age, because you don't want to be defined by what they say you are. You want to be defined by who you become, really. And I mean that's my spiel about it. That's my view. That's my philosophy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're absolutely right about it. Because when we were in the times where labels owned everything, and you had to try to get the attention of the label, people were not being true to themselves until their 3rd or 4th album.
Yeah.
But you had to be a part of the product. You had to be a part of the machine.
Exactly.
And then now I'm just grateful that today it's not necessary. It's great, but it's not necessary.
It really isn't.
And there'll be somebody who wants to hear you. You know what I mean? So
I'm telling you. Ty, go ahead, man. Go ahead with your question, brother.
Sing.
Yes, sir.
You performed around the world. Can you name some of the places you performed at, and what was the best place or venue that you performed at?
Man, that's a good one. That's a good one. Right. I like how you did that. So in my travels as an artist, with the group and as a solo artist, we've been to Germany, Austria, Switzerland, London, Serbia, China, Bahamas, and I'd say most of the United States. We got around. And I can also say Korea. I did sing in Korea too. So, but I'd say one of the best places we performed at was in Germany. I'm not sure which city it was, but we were packing out clubs. We were on tour. We did 2 tours over there. We're packing out clubs, and there's this one. I mean, the stage was like a Paris Fashion Week runway. It was like that. It was insane. There were people lined up right on the edge of the stage, all the way as far as you could see. You know what I mean? And they're loving it. They're singing back to you, but you're singing to them. That's the biggest thing artists will tell you. Like, the crowd, I just put the mic out and they sing my song.
They start singing the song for you.
You ain't gotta do the work. When you ain't gotta do the work, let me tell you.
Right. After some time on the road, your voice tired. You know that high note is coming.
Yeah.
They all do it. But but it was really good times just being out on the road, and I can't wait till we can just get back to performing and touching people's lives and letting them know like who you are and letting them experience my artistry.
Is there any country or venue that you haven't performed at yet that you would like to?
Afro punk, and I'm going to do every city they go to. Right. Afro punk festival, seriously, like they're really just so unique in how they operate. Just the people that are attracted to Afro punk, the crowds, the artists that are there, everything. I've only been once, and not my one experience going there, I was just drawn in, and it changed my life. Just to be in that atmosphere. It was the one in Brooklyn a couple of years ago, and it's just you're out there, you're under the stars, the summer stars at night, like all this great music is being played, people vibing, like somebody's eating food, chilling over there, people smoking over there, somebody's running around naked over there. Like, it's just freedom.
That's
you know
All right.
It's just complete freedom, and
it is.
And no chaos happening. These people like vibed out. So get on there.
That's dope, man.
Yeah.
No, T, go ahead. T, you got any questions?
My question for you is, Ty already asked of the states where you said Afrofunk and like where you would tour. Which one was the best that you got, that you can like remember offhand? Was the best performance in the best country, even if it's here?
The best performance. Let me see. Let me see if I can give you
the best country, I should say, or wherever. What was the best one?
I love every country I've been.
It's like, he's not gonna tell you which one he ain't. No. It's first time in Serbia. Those people I can't stand.
I'm like politically correct. What
right. Let me be clear. I don't want to mess my money up. Hold on.
No, I mean I've had great experiences. You know, each place is different. You know, and each place, you know, will give you a different vibe. Some place may have, like I said, like great food there or great hospitality, beautiful women, you know, people who are just music heads who don't really care that you're somebody popular. They just appreciate what you do for being you. You know what I mean? So I mean, different places hold different places in my heart for different reasons.
They do.
It doesn't necessarily put one above the other because I just experience it openly, you know?
That's true.
I hope that makes sense.
Then there's one other question that I've been dying to ask.
Yes.
So I grew up watching 106 in Park, and I read somewhere that you performed on Wild Style, you and your group.
Yeah.
What was that experience like?
Nerve-wracking. Nerve-wracking until, okay, so it was nerve-wracking because this is a live TV performance. It's not being pre-recorded. If anything goes wrong, you got to fix it on the spot.
Yeah.
I mean, and we're well rehearsed. We did not set ourselves up for anything like that. But just sometimes you just never know what's going to happen. We had people bringing us like clothes that we were going to wear, and I just didn't really feel like I looked my best, and I just felt awkward in it. You know, people give you clothes, and it's like, wear these. I don't want to. But anyway, all the nerves went away after I heard the other artists we were competing against. If I'm being honest, like I'm just like, yikes. We got this, so let's just get prepared to win because we're gonna take it. You know, just be honest. Just be honest. They were cool, but they just wasn't messing with us.
Nah.
And you know, LeBron and them would say that they were going up against a trash team. They would just be like, "Well, we knew it was in the bag. We knew he was gonna sweep the series, so." Swept all 3 rounds. Just something out there like that. It was a wonderful experience. The prize was they would sponsor a pizza party. That was the prize. So we just put that pizza party into the community. We held a concert for the community at a local YMCA. Yeah, so a lot of families came out with their kids. A lot of fans came out, and there was just pizza everywhere. Enjoy the show.
That's nice.
That's dope.
Nice.
That's dope. Now listen, you know, like, you know, you've had a lot of success. You know, 106 in Park. I think you also did America's Got Talent as well. I mean, just major success. What have you failed at? What have been your failures?
Wow. What would be my failures? Thank you for that question. You know, there's a lot of ups and downs, you know, in trying to get to where you want to be as an artist. And I wouldn't say these are failures, but these were obstacles that I've had to overcome. Some of which have been battles with weight. So there was at one point when we were in the group, and we literally went to every label in New York City for interviews, for showcases or whatever. And they all said the same thing. Y'all too fat. Too many of y'all are fat. And I was at the time. Like, they're not even lying. I was like rolling around like, we're going to see what we eating later. Okay? That's what it looked like, and that's what I felt like too. You know, and it just got to the point where it's like, okay, if we're going to be denied, it is not going to be for our talent, and it is not going to be because we are fat. We're going to get in shape. And if they just don't have room for us or don't have a need for a group, fine. But it's not going to be for something that's under our collective control.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But we had a big brother in the group. He's 6'4" or six, somewhere between 6'2" and 6'4", 200 pounds, whatever. You can have one. You can have one. You can't have three. You just can't do it. So that was really something to overcome. So it was causing us some failures because of that. But as a result, you know, we just decided, like, we're really gonna do this. We got the talent. We just need to really work on us. So we dove into that, and I think I'm still doing all right to this day. We are still doing all right. So yeah.
Well, you know, even saying that, that's pretty interesting, because I thought I read somewhere that some members of the group actually went into like fitness training.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yep. There's one member, but that's the one that was always in shape. He was always in shape. He don't even need to work out. It's genetics. This boy he just got it. He just got it. I mean, this dude he would go to Dunkin' Donuts, get a large coffee with 10 sugars. 10. And then be like, yeah, I worked out today. Good, still looking good. You guys need to work on that, though. Like, all right, dude. Whatever, man. I
hate those dudes.
You ain't been in the gym in 3 years, and you still look great. I'm thinking about donuts while you're talking. Man, insane. Absolutely insane.
That's crazy, man. Well, Ty, go ahead, man. Throw your last question there before we go to break, bro.
All right. It's actually your name. How did you get the name? Was it given to you, or how did it come about?
It was definitely given to me. So I'm in the fraternity, Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. And me and the bros, we took a trip to Atlanta once. And everybody had like a cool nickname that they were going under while we was on the trip. You know what I'm saying? Everybody. I did not have one. And one of my brothers was just like, or no, it was one of the guys who was with us, but he's like, hey, you sing, right? What up, sing? Birthday, blink. He just started saying all this stuff, started rhyming, sing over and over and over again. Started calling me that on the trip.
Yeah.
And at this point, I'd already been in the group for a number of years. I'm just thinking, I kind of like this as a name, and I like the way it sounds when the ladies say it. I like when to hear a lady say, sing. But they never just say it like oh, sing, whatever. Hey, sing. Ooh, I need more of that. I need that.
Especially in a different accent, right?
Oh, and the different accents too.
Different accents, yeah.
Imagine. So I'm just like, yeah, we're gonna rock with this sing. Right? And then when I transitioned to being a solo artist, I just figured, you know, keep some familiarity, but also make a change. So just drop one.
Sing.
Okay.
And no men call me sing really outside of the people who name me. It's too delicate sounding. No, the dudes would be like, hey, what up, sing? Before I even said my name was sing. Dudes are not doing the double. No double.
No.
Yeah, but that's where the name came from.
That's dope, man.
Yeah.
That's dope. That's really dope.
Thank you.
Well, on that note, fam, we're going to take a quick break. Remember, you call us with your comments or questions at 844-844-1244. Again, that's 844-844-1244. You can also email us at jimmybondspodcast@gmail.com. Again, that's jimmybondspodcast@gmail.com. It's JIMMYBONDS podcast@gmail.com. You'll listen to the Jimmy Bonds Podcast of Illadelphia Radio. We'll be right back.
You don't understand me. I thought you knew how I would react. You did me so dirty. How could you act like that? You told me she cheated, but you didn't say the guy was you. I feel so stupid, and I never wanna hear from you. Don't ever think you call my name. Don't think that things will be the same. Now I'm just trying to maintain. You'll never hear from me. All I did was love you.
Hey, this is Michael from Abu Dhabi. Listen to Jimmy Bond's podcast on Illadelphia Radio.
Welcome back to the Jimmy Bonds Podcast on Illadelphia Radio. We thank you for listening. Remember, family, you can call us at 844-844-1244. Again, that's 844-844-1244. You can also email us at jimmybondspodcast@gmail.com. Again, that's jimmybondspodcast@gmail.com. That's JIMMYBONDS podcast@gmail.com. And welcome back to Jimmy Bonds Podcast on Illadelphia Radio. Again, family, we are continuing our Artist Spotlight series. And on this episode, we are joined by my brother, Sing, from Philly, but chilling in Boston. But family, no, really, we've been talking to Sing about his career, what he's done in the past, what he's currently doing. You know, he shared some of his stories about where he got his name from. He shared some of the stories about, you know, where he's traveled, where he's toured. Again, as I say, family, his track record is extensive. He's done a lot in his career. He talked about some of his failures, talked about his successes. But family, in this segment, I thought it would be great to talk to Sing about the future and about what he sees himself doing in the next 5 years, even the next year for that matter. Just, you know, what he sees and what he got lined up, what's coming next.
Well,
what's up, Sing? What's coming next, man?
I tell you, man, I've got my intentions set for the coming year, for 2021. I took some time to really think about, you know, what I want to be doing. And as an artist, you know, some of the things that we've already touched on was getting back on stage, getting back to performing again. Live streaming is cool, and it gives the people a little something to stay connected to. But I love to connect in person. So the soonest that we're available to get back on stage, that's one of the biggest things I'm doing. There is a tour that's in the works right now that I'm in touch with the people about, and this tour has dates all over the country and a couple spot dates in Europe. And I was supposed to be on it, or I was being highly considered for this year, for 2020. And for 2021, you know, they're still back to, you know, they want me back. So looking forward to that. I have a great relationship with money, and I'm going to make a lot of it in this year. Okay. I think people have a lot of stigmatisms about like, oh, money is the root of all evil. No, it's not. It's the people that have the money that's not doing the good things with it. So just to make money, doing what I love, traveling. I have Egypt and Cuba on my agendas for this year, for 2021.
No doubt.
And just some personal growth things too, like just getting tapped back into my spiritual awareness, getting into stocks, other investing tools, things like that too. So there's the music, and there's also just the grown man shit that needs to happen too. Okay, just need to get all those things going at the same time and make Sing as grand and as big as he can be. I have a couple. I would like to release a project again, probably another EP or an album in 2022. So I have a lot of music in the works, tons and tons of ideas. Just need to sit down and hash them all out. So just always creating, always in progress, and ready for what's to come in 2021.
Well, that's a lot. Now, I'm not saying it's a lot. That's just you just on the path, going in a direction, get in the car and keep moving, right?
That's
you know what I'm saying? It's just regular every day. I'm just gonna wake up and do what I normally do.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I thought about just how you have kind of taken, you know, it's not about R&B per se, but how you've taken R&B and rock and fused them together. And, you know, when I speak about the future, I also think about like brothers like yourself who've been in the game for a little bit. What do you think about this? I ain't gonna say the state of R&B because I hate to say that. That's such a stupid question. Do you feel R&B is safe?
Well, it depends. It depends on who's listening to it and who's performing it. So I think this generation right now has a different idea of what R&B is than people who were listening in the early 2000s, people who were listening in the 90s, people listening to it in the 80s.
Yeah.
Today on radio stations, you can hear, the station with the best hip hop and R&B, and you listen all day and not hear not one R&B song.
Not one.
What's happening? But if you go to like a adult contemporary station, or a station that plays like 90s hits, you might get a little more touch of R&B then, like when they start having the groups, and those powerhouse power ballad vocalists.
Yeah.
But the R&B game has changed so much, and I'm not gonna like down anybody who gives them a title of whatever in the R&B world, but just a lot of singers are not really singers, in my opinion. Like you get on stage and you don't sound like the record, you don't sound better than the record either.
Right.
You sound a little worse. Like what's going on? What are we doing here? But you're doing R&B though. You're doing R&B though. So okay. So do I think R&B is safe? In some ways I do. I just don't think the real true R&B artists these days are getting the mainstream play that they would have gotten 20 years ago. You have to specifically seek out maybe like an adult contemporary station if you want to hear some R&B, So yes, it's safe, but I don't know if this generation is gonna really get it like previous ones.
I can do that. T, go ahead and jump in there and ask the question, sis.
I was just going to ask, what about advice for the new generation?
Advice, I always say it, really, you have to know what you want. And once you know what you want, set clear intentions for yourself and believe, like people will say this all the time, like believe in yourself, and you can do whatever you want to do. But that belief in yourself part is way bigger than people give it credit.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Very much so.
Like, really, like, because you'll have a thought about something you can do, but I can't really do. I mean, I can't really do that, but you can. You can. You don't need to worry about how. You just have to know that that's what you want to do. The universe will open up and hear that and start pulling you in that direction. They'll start throwing things your way you never thought. We did not meet by chance. We did not meet by chance. You know what I'm talking about? So just really like know what you want and set clear intentions. See clearly what it is that you want to do. Don't worry about how you're going to get there, because you're going to get there. But just be sure of yourself and believe in yourself that it can happen, and just watch. Just watch. Seriously.
That's real, man.
I've lived it. So I can speak passionately about it.
You give a testimony, right? We say that you say Daddy was a deacon, right? You give a testimony on that one, right?
Okay, come on now.
Praise dance on that one, right? You know what I mean?
Getting going. Don't be playing around here.
Thinking all them kids get the organ going. Don't start with me, man. Listen, I'm a PK kid, all right? I'm just saying, okay?
Okay. You already know.
Of course I already know. I know how it is. Man. My mama was always wanted to push us to those things. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't. I only could play gospel in the house. You know what I'm saying? So everything else outside of the house is where I got all my other musical influence.
Gotcha.
So, you know what I mean?
Now he's an MC. Look at your boy.
It happens, man. It happens. Hey, look, they say people in the church often, we go secular after a while. You know what I mean? Like after a while, we just, I got to go do something else. It's just the way it is. But my bad, T. Go ahead and throw another question at him. Yes, sis.
I asked you about sorry, because there's a teaching here. So I asked about the advice. What's one thing that your career's not over, but you know how sometimes you look back on it and one thing you can say that you have overcame and that helped benefit your career?
Mm-hmm. I've overcome, and thank you for another great question, the need to try to please everyone in our artistry. You try to please one person, they'll be happy, but then what about everybody else?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then you go back and try to please those people, and then what happens? You left those people stranded, and now everybody else is like, well, you're flip-flopping. What are you doing? Like, I don't know what to expect from you anymore. I'd had to really get over the fact that I'm not going to please everyone. The only person I need to be happy with who was doing this and who was putting in the time, the hours, the work, the practice is me. As long as I'm happy with the product that I'm putting out, with the music that I'm releasing and the messages that I want to share with people, I can only hold myself accountable for that. If I want to sell out and do whatever I think is popular, that's also on me. You know what I mean? But I think the biggest thing is really just staying true to yourself. That's it, no matter what. Because either way, people are going to love you or hate you, so it doesn't matter. Just do what makes you happy, and that's what I'm doing. Exactly what makes me happy.
That's real. And
like I said, if you like it and love it and want more of it, you know where to find me. You can come get it. And if it's not for you, that's all right too. Bishop Don Juan talking over here somewhere. Man, juice.
Man.
You guys want to like, oh, I can't do this because nobody's gonna like it. Just do you, and you'll succeed, like you said.
Yep, exactly. And that's what a lot of artists today have done anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, artists, music artists, actors, they're just doing roles that they feel is going to really put them where they need to be. So art was created to express yourself, and you don't want to express something that's not you. Why would you do that?
Yeah.
It's true. It's so true. It's so true. Ty, you got any other questions? I'm sure you do, bro.
Yeah, I got one more question. Saying you wrote hits for big groups and artists. Do you take requests for people needing your talents on their songs?
Oh, absolutely.
As far as writing, yes.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm very open to writing, collaborating, doing features for people. This is what I do. I do music. So if anyone needs anything musically, I'm always down. I can't say that it's, always going to be pro bono. Right. Like I mentioned, like if you like what you're doing, you're good at what you do, you should be paid for it.
You should.
You know what I mean? And it doesn't make sense not to be. But there are some cases where if I just vibe with somebody, we can just create all day if you want to. I'm cool with it. But the talent has to be to that level.
Yeah.
If we're not vibing, if you're here as a collaborator and I'm here, it's not really a fit.
No, completely.
If we're vibing and we're there, I'll work with you all day. You don't even have to worry about a thing, because at that point, it's not about the money. We're creating. If it's meant to be, it'll be, and it'll come to us that way.
And that's it's true. It's true, man. It's certainly true. It is certainly true. The one question I had before we ended was, has the goals changed from when you first started?
Oh, big time. When I first started, I saw myself doing music like Michael Jackson, like doing some music like that. And then when I got out of grade school, I wanted to play piano more and sing more. Wanted to do that. Then once I got into high school, I wanted to be in a group. Ended up being in a group in high school. I also went to Philadelphia University of the Arts for 1 year before I went to Berkeley. I was in a group there. Then I came to Berkeley. I was in a group there, and that lasted forever. And the dream was to have that group be something along the lines of like an NSYNC or Backstreet Boys, actually. Because I was into to that brand of pop and singing and dancing, like the big stage, all the fans, and that show.
Yeah.
And then after that, I came right back to where I started, with the Michael Jackson, with the rock, and the R&B. So, and that's where I am now. So the goals changed a lot along the way. So,
I asked that because people don't, we start on a journey saying, and we often feel like, this is what I'm going to do. The journey is peaks and valleys, is swirly, the road is never straight. And sometimes as we're on a journey, we may see something that we are just like, I'm good at this as well. You know what I mean? I say that because like sometimes people don't think that it's important for your goals to change. You know what I mean? You might be stuck. I'm gonna be a rapper. That's what I'm gonna be for the rest of my life. That's it. I don't care. Ain't nothing else you can get me to do.
Right.
But as you get on, like you said, like after a while, you're like, yo, I know I can sing. I don't have to prove that to nobody.
Right.
I can sing. Right. Let me go do something else. Let me see what else I can do. You know what I mean? And that's why I asked her to go change it. And I asked that family because I want everybody to realize that whatever you set out to do in your life, whatever you do, sometimes the goals change. Yep. Sometimes you might feel like I want to come out and be the best solo artist there ever was. And you might do that and it might not be successful. It might be successful.
Right.
But you might find out later down the line that you're better at helping others better their craft. You know? Yep. You might find out that you fit in a different area within the industry.
Right.
And that's why I'm saying you got to open up your mind and not be so stuck on one thing. If you love what you do, I'm sure God gave you other gifts to do them with.
That's right.
So it's like you got to go at them in a certain aspect. Like I said, you mastered the singing thing. I can sing. I know I can sing. Let me go get into this rock. Let me go get this rock. Let me go get
yeah.
You know what I mean? My brother Ty. Ty's an MC, but Ty's also a chef. You know what I mean? Ty been
talk about it.
As long as whatever. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
T's a writer, but she's also a podcaster. You know what I mean? So it's important for us, family, to make sure that all of our gifts and talents are part of our goals.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They're not. It's not just one, because in this day and age, we can't just do one thing anymore. We got to be multifaceted. We got to be multi-talented. We got to be able to have different streams of income. It is just the way it is in America. Mm-hmm. So if like I say all that, family. Sing brought his story to us today. He shared his stories with us today, and I'm honored that he came on tonight and expressed just his journey. You know what I mean? Like I said, family, again, it's extensive, but you got to know that we all got to walk a road, and to get to where we're going, there's going to be peaks and valleys, going to be bumps, but never lose sight of your goals. And you can always add on more to them. Mm-hmm. Never lose sight of them. So on that note, Sing, I want to leave it to you, my brother. Let you, end out the show the way you need to end it out. Go ahead and say your sign offs to your people, your shout outs, all that good stuff.
Okay. Well, listen, I want to thank y'all for having me on the show. I really appreciate it. Great questions, great vibes, great energy. I love it. If y'all can have me back anytime you want to. We family now.
You family. Right. You said it first. You said it first. You said it first.
Yeah, man. We locked in there.
Yeah.
Just my message to the people again is just really like, if you know what you want to do, just do that. Full-heartedly, just go at it with all of your intention and all your motive right behind it, and push what you know you can do with clear intentions. That's what I'm doing. That's the best way to live. And I wish y'all all the best with that. You can find me on all your socials at It's The Real Sing. You're going to type all of that in, at It's The Real Sing. So that's your Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. My music is on Spotify, Apple Tunes, Deezer, Napster, Apple thing, Google thing, Amazon thing. It's everywhere. Just look it up, Sing Dirty Truth. And just enjoy the stories, enjoy the vibe, the music. You like it, love it, and want more of it, be sure to hit that follow and subscribe button on all those socials too.
No doubt. No doubt.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to tell you, I saw this video on Instagram. That's how I got to you. Okay, Sing?
Mm-hmm.
My wife was sitting here next to me. She was like, baby, you need to see this.
Uh-oh.
I'm like, what? And she saw me this brother get up on this microphone with this band. And I'm like, what's this brother doing? Now I'm a live band man. I love live bands. I perform a live band if I over a track any day of the week.
Yes.
He get up there, he starts singing. I say, baby, click me. She tagged me right into the thing. Tag me immediate. Let me follow, let me subscribe, let me go check it. And family, like I only say that because like the brother's talented. You find many times people just sing. You know what I mean? No pun intended again. Mm-hmm. People just get up there, they just want to sing. But this brother can sing, okay? Mm-hmm. He has done so much in his career, and he is a super talent. He's extremely talented at what he does. And family, I definitely suggest you go out there, you get Dirty Truth, you check out his EP, you go check out his website, you go check him out anywhere he is on social media platforms, and go check him out live when we start again. Because this boy, I'm telling you, family, it's boy the truth. Okay, it's boy the truth. Philly owned, and we're gonna talk. Well, we didn't get a chance to talk about that Philly thing, but we will next time we bring you on. I promise. Okay.
Anytime.
But family, on that note, y'all, I really appreciate you guys listening each and every week. Family, we have just passed 2,500 downloads, and we are continuing to grow. I'm very happy for that, family. So on that note, we thank y'all. We really appreciate y'all for all that you do, and the love and the comments and the support. So as we do on every show, remember, family, we're still in the COVID-19 pandemic, so please, please, please wear your mask, wash your hands, and practice social distancing. Also, remember, take nothing for granted. For in these times, every moment is sacred. So go call your friends, call your family, call your loved ones, and tell them that you love them. So family, until the next episode, you can find me on Good Hope Road, screaming, stay up, don't sleep in your dreams. I'm Jimmy Bonds, and I'm out. Peace. Fam, that's going to wrap the show. We want to thank you for listening to Jimmy Bond's podcast on Illadelphia Radio. We ask you to leave your comments and questions at 844-844-1244. Again, that's 844-844-1244. You can also email us at jimmybondspodcast@gmail.com. Again, that's jimmybondspodcast@gmail.com. That's JIMMYBONDS podcast@gmail.com. Now remember, family, we are still in the COVID-19 pandemic, so please, please, please remember to wash your hands, wear a mask, and practice social distancing. Also, remember to take nothing for granted and value every opportunity you have with your friends, your family, and your loved ones. For in these times, every moment is sacred. So until the next episode, you can find me on Good Hope Road, screaming, stay up, don't sleep in your dreams. I'm Jimmy Bonds, and I'm out.
Fight on, come on!